All right, hey. All right, hey. All righty. All right, hey. How we doing, everybody? We had some sort of live football on our TVs today for a good couple hours. If you're looking at my face on Chandler's Twitter, allegedly, he may be hopping on. So for the record, I figured I'd throw his account on here. No, he is not hacked. But yeah, we had some sort of live football today. We had the NFL Combine. We had the underwear run. So what I like to call it, the underwear Olympics. Yeah, defensive linemen, some of them, linebackers, some of them. So better than nothing, I will say. It is the end of February. We're headed into March, and we got a long way till into August, early September, brother. I'll take what I can get right now. I'm gonna give Chandler like 90 more seconds to get in here, and then I'll get started. I feel so bad. Let me quote tweet one thing, chat. Please and thank you. Okay, settings. Yeah.
No.
Told y'all he'd be here in less than 90 seconds.
Yo.
You hear me?
Mm-hmm.
I was just talking to the chat. I said, I'm going to give this man Chandler 90 seconds to get in here. No, I did not. No, his account is not hacked. Like, if you're looking at my face on Chandler's account,
he hacked me.
Yeah, I sure did. All right. Well, we had the underwear Olympics today. Part of it. That's what I love to, bro. They're literally out here running in LeBron James underwear. Like this is the LeBron. He should sponsor the Nike shorts because that's all he wears in his workouts.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
You know what I mean. This is like.
Got my eye on you.
This is like his Super Bowl workout.
Yeah, no, anyway. Actually, you do make a good point. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I literally just thought of that off the dome too.
I have some of the stats pulled up from it for a little bit.
Okay, before we get started, I'm gonna say everybody noticed this today. Yeah, the combine's been in Indy forever. Yeah, I don't know how much turf is replaced, dealt with, and all that stuff. But people were slipping like freaking banana peels on Mario Kart today. All over the place. Every freaking drill.
Like, I watched it for maybe 40 minutes while I was at work, and so many people were slipping. Especially
the 40 was fine, which is like the 40 is always going to be fine because they're running straight up.
Yeah.
Like if they're struggling to gain traction to start, like the whole thing would just stop.
When they did that first drill after the 40 where they had to change directions, it was just the first drill where they had to change directions. everybody slipped. Or not, maybe not everybody, but like 1 out of every 3 or 4 were gonna slip.
Yeah. But like I was like just kind of live tweeting my thoughts. Deleted some of them, kept some of them up, kind of cleaned it up. There was nothing bad. But yeah, there was a lot. I just it just gives me this ick feeling that we didn't get what we really could have seen today because these guys were holding back because they were slipping.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't know. Obviously, guys still did their thing. Had a lot of opt-outs, which
we talked about that last week.
Yeah, I mean it happens, dude.
Well, I mean you can't go higher than for Travis's sake. Can't go higher than 1. So I don't blame him at all. Work out at your pro day where it's a controlled environment where your team controls it. And
yeah,
he didn't even have to work out. Honestly,
no, he doesn't.
I'd take him at 1 if he was 175 and hadn't touched football in 2 months. I wouldn't care.
Which is probably what has happened.
That's fine.
I mean, shit.
Welcome to the Falcons, brother. I do not care.
I wish.
I do not care. He is a special talent.
Yeah. All right. But let's talk about the combine today and what happened. Chandler, give me your biggest winner of the day. Just like who won the day?
I don't know if he was the number 1 person, but Shamar Stewart was incredible.
Hell yeah.
It was absolutely incredible. I mean, he had a 9.99 RAS.
I saw that RAS thing, and I really am like that. Like really, ridiculous. I thought it was cool.
The only thing that wasn't green is his weight.
Because bro, I was hearing these guys were talking up and down about it. Some of these guys that were kind of in season weight and played in the Senior Bowl, which is like a traditional tackle football game, and practices and stuff. Dude, some of the weight differences was like 25 pounds, like from weighing at the Senior Bowl to weighing at the combine. Like that is a really big change.
It's like what some of those MMA fighters do.
I would really take weight.
Yeah, that's a non-factor, honestly.
Put an extra 10 pounds on each side.
Because I mean, everybody's trying to get lighter so they can run a faster 40. Because I don't remember who it was, but it might have been Ian, might have been somebody else, but they were explaining how 0.03 seconds can determine you going 10th or you going 20th. And he used the example of Will Johnson, how if he runs a 4.52 or if he runs a 4.48, that could determine where he goes. So it's really, they look at it. I mean, it's really important, but they were saying some stat about how no corner, or maybe it was DB, but I'm just going to say corner. No corner that's run a 4.5 or up has really been successful in the NFL. There's probably a few, but was saying the statistics are just not there. But Will could run a 4.6. I wouldn't care.
Here's the tweet about Shamar Turner or Stewart. Texas A&M edge Shamar Stewart checked in today at 267 pounds.
Oh, is it 267? I thought it was 287.
267. At the Senior Bowl 2 weeks ago in Mobile, he was at 281.
Wow.
Yeah.
How long ago was that? I mean, dropping 16 pounds like that is
2.5 weeks, 3 weeks at the very, very, very most.
Shows you they care. I mean,
right here. Another guy. 14. Mason Graham. I don't know from when to when, but also Max Chadwick, who was at the Senior Bowl PFF college. Mason Graham is 25 pounds lighter than what he was listed at. I'm going to take that as what he was listed at via the Michigan roster.
Good Lord.
But that's another 20-pound swing.
Mm-hmm.
I think Princely Imanielen lost like 10 pounds or 11 pounds because I think he checked in at the Senior Bowl just like 256 or something like that. He was at like 244 today.
Mm-hmm.
But
I mean, everything that Shamar ran, I mean, he got above a 9.3 on their scale out of 10.
Yeah.
I mean, it was
once again,
impressive.
I'd never seen that RAS thing. Obviously,
Really?
it's strictly for the combine.
You've never
Shout
seen
out
it?
to them. It's really cool.
You've never seen it?
You asked me a question?
Yeah, you've never seen that? Wow.
Mm-mm. Nope, that was new to me.
Yeah, the only issue whenever you get these things is some people will like solely use it to determine if a player's good or not, and that's where people get in trouble.
I mean, it's just the combine. Go watch tape, man. Like seriously, if you want to go determine if a player is good or is not, like look, these guys are getting invites to the combine because they're good at football. All right, listen to this. You bring up a great point right there. So Chandler said his winner of the day, which was also going to be my winner of the day, Shamar Stewart. The loser of today, Iowa defensive lineman Yaha Black. That guy, I mean, I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news. I am sorry to be the bad guy here, but Yaha Black had the worst day he could possibly have. Tremendous football player. He's going to get drafted.
He was the guy that ran the four.
He had a 5.39 40, and he's not even close to the heaviest guy out there.
Did you see his first 40?
It was not good either. It was over 5.
It was a 5.47.
Yeah, it was not good. And his drill work was not good. And on the RAS thing, it's like red,
Mm-hmm.
yellow. The only thing that is green is his literal, like his vitals, his height and his weight.
Mm-hmm.
And their in their system, he scored an unofficial 3.48 out of 10. This is ranked 1138 out of 1812 defensive tackles from 1987 to 2025.
Did he do the bench press?
They don't. Okay, see, I got so many little things. It's the little things in life that matter, all right? The TV, the coverage of the NFL Combine and NFL Network, I know they work their rear ends off. I know everybody there is, busting their butt. But I'm gonna be a saucy little cracker at home, all right? The TV coverage sucked. It was terrible. They didn't show any of the broad jump. They didn't show any of the vertical on live, like live guys doing it. They only showed the good ones after it happened. And they didn't show any bench press.
Did they do it? Because it doesn't have.
I don't know because they didn't show it. I would assume they did. I mean, this
Shamar
is
didn't do it.
Workout.
Shamar didn't do it.
I know some guys opt out of like you could opt out of literally any part of it. Like if you really wanted to go there and you get an invite and you wanted to only run the 40-yard dash, you could literally just go and run the 40 and just like leave.
I guess this does make sense for him to not do it if he's dropped that much weight. That does make sense.
Because there's guys that did half the work today. There's a lot of guys that did not do 100% of the NFL Combine that still did on-field workouts today.
Mm-hmm. And the thing that you were saying about Yaha, my bad, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, you got it.
The thing about, how do you say his name? Yaha?
Yaha. I think that I'm pretty sure.
Or is it Yaya? I want to call him Yaya, whatever.
Yaya.
Okay. The thing about him is like, even with all those terrible scores, he could still be a demon. He could still be a
great. Bro, he didn't get here for no reason.
Exactly.
But he's gonna have a chance in the NFL.
Exactly. I mean, I don't know what Vita Vea ran at the combine, but I don't know. I'm gonna look up his 40.
But bro.
Not to compare him to Vita, because Vita's very good. Okay, Vita ran a 5'10".
Bro, Vita Vea is Vita Vea.
Yeah, he ran a 5'10 though.
That guy is a one-man wrecking crew.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
And he doesn't even look like he's trying.
If this guy's massive, I mean, I'm not gonna hold speed to him because that's not,
Like I'm counting slips within the last three right now. I'm like way behind. Like still watching defensive linemen because obviously linebackers went last. I got 2 slips in the last 3 drills. The last 3 guys doing the same drill. But there's 3. Yeah, just the traction doesn't look good, dude. Like I'm just looking at it again. It just does not look good. But yeah, defensive lineman. Okay, here we got Olabdejo from UCLA was at the Senior Bowl. Was a stand-up linebacker to start the year. Bumped down to the edge and has flourished. Like balled out at the Senior Bowl. Had okay numbers at UCLA. Balled out today at the Combine. I mean, just like the guy has this crazy potential at edge. Like I just love it. I think Andres, I don't know how to say his first name, but Peebles from Virginia Tech. I think he had a good day, but he had he slipped. His toe got caught up in his first 40, but he still had a good time. See, like here, like Chandler, like I was saying earlier, I know I'm kind of all over the place right now, but I was just watching Jack Sawyer do on-field drills, but he didn't run his 40 today. Or he didn't run the 40 at all. He opted out. Early on, I think it's a good move for Jack Sawyer because I know that 40 time was going to be bad. He's not very fast. He's really strong, but he is not very fast.
Yeah, that's what people look way too much into, dude. Like they'll be like, "Oh, look at it, he's so slow," and then his game speed is so much better. So somebody else who had a really good day was Ty Robinson, but you can say that real quick. But I did want to shout Ty out because he was really good today, at least in what I saw, which was really only the running. But he plays at Nebraska. I'd never heard of him until today, and he did really good.
Yeah. I wish we could have this, but on grass. Like I'll say it again, dude. I'm seeing too many cleats slip off. I'm seeing too many guys slip. I'm seeing just like
they should do it in Arizona. Personally, they've got.
I don't care where they do it. They need to do it in an indoor facility, wherever the best grass for this is. Indoor or outdoor.
Well, they'll be changing the grass soon. A lot of the NFL stadiums because of.
I'm not a fan, dude. Like I tweeted this out earlier. Like I'm not your turf versus grass geek. Like, yeah, I played a little bit of sports. I've played on turf and grass. Depends how good the grass is. The AstroTurf can be really good. There's all these different types of AstroTurf that are basically like grass these days. But, when in doubt, grass. Just if you got a good grass field, man. Good old earth can't hurt you.
I'm a known turf hater. It's pretty known. I will say the Georgia baseball stadium looks phenomenal.
I hate turf baseball fields. Those things are the most confusing. How do you slide on those?
I don't think the dirt is. I don't think our infield's turf, but the grass is turf.
No, but there's some that are.
Oh yeah, I know. A lot of softball.
How do you slide on?
It's it's rough.
Yeah, no. You're basically sitting in the freaking sauna, dude. If it's like a 90-degree day, you're on a full turf baseball, dude. You are sitting and sizzling like a piece of bacon. Jeez, that's no fun.
And then sometimes they've got too much of the pellets out there. It just looks terrible.
Making like a little mountain of pellets.
It just looks so bad sometimes. I mean, but I will say the Georgia baseball field looks phenomenal now. They even got a power G in the middle.
If you keep your turf conditioned, or I don't know how the heck it works.
I'm not a grass guy. I don't know.
I'm not your expert, nor is Chandler.
No.
All I care about is it's very clear the NFL saw it. We all saw it. I'm going to be Mr. Optimistic here. I'm going to say they're going to do everything they can to have it better tomorrow.
Oh, that's not why they're changing the grass, which I know that's not.
No, I'm just saying in Indy, like they all saw the slips today. They all saw they're, all eyes and ears are there in Indy. Like if there's anything that they can do to fix that and have it better for tomorrow, they are definitely going to give it their full effort. So I'm going to be Mr. Optimistic here.
Please.
Jihad Campbell from Alabama had some really good numbers. Super fly linebacker.
If we take him in the first round, maybe he can play edge.
Having the first name of Jihad. See, this is why I gotta monetize myself and like stop myself from tweeting sometimes, because I may be like your college football page, but I have a personality. It pops out a lot. I like to show it, but I do stop myself a lot, which is probably good.
As long as he can play edge for us, I'll be okay. If we draft somebody that doesn't play edge or can't play edge,
if we don't draft an edge,
I'll take a corner. Honestly,
I'll take another defensive lineman. But like, if we are not drafting something on the defensive line, us being the Atlanta Falcons, of course, I will be very mad.
Look, if one of Michael, Jalen, Mike Green, Jihad Campbell, and I believe there's one more, Abdul Carter. He's not going to be there. But if one of those five, that's fine too. I think. But if one of those six aren't there, then take a corner, please. Just don't settle. Don't be like, oh man, you know what? Since our guys aren't here, we're going to take a wide receiver. They take a receiver, I'm going to lose my mind. I'll tell you right now.
If it's anybody besides Emeka, I'll lose it.
If they think I crashed out whenever we took Bijan over Jalen, they've seen nothing. You've seen nothing.
What happens if they take a tight end?
I will lose my shit. We take that guy from Bowling Green. We take
Harold Bannon.
We take the dude from Penn State.
I
secretly won't be as upset, but like
somebody that can catch a pass at the tight end position.
Tyler Warren's a beast, so we don't.
Freaking, you put Felipe Franks, old Florida quarterback that converted to tight end. I bet you would be a better tight end than freaking Kyle Pitts.
I really hope that Michael Penix can do wonders for Kyle Pitts, but I don't know. They just may not be fixing that. I mean, maybe they'll scheme him better too. That would be nice, but
yeah, because we do have a new defensive coordinator because we did fire Jimmy Lake, which
thank God.
I shouldn't say I appreciate, because like I'm not rooting on another man's downfall, but the numbers Jimmy Lake had at his Washington tenure were absolutely disastrous.
Mm-hmm.
And then I don't know how he landed the DC job, but
friendship
awful. Like for what he had no D line.
The D line produced whenever Raheem picked it up. when you could literally
Yeah.
tell
There was
the
there
week
was
that
an
Raheem
energy
started
boost
coaching.
for a good 2 games that we led the NFL in like sacks or something out of the blue after we were at like the bottom of the league.
Yeah, it was an energy boost, but it was also a clear like coaching. Like, okay, something has changed inside of the coaching room. Like it was so obvious. It was against I don't know who it was against. Maybe the Chargers. That was the first week. It was against the Chargers.
We
lost that game because
Yep.
Kirk threw 4 interceptions.
Man.
Don't get me started. I'll go off on a tangent. Don't get me started.
I'm gonna walk in Mercedes-Benz right now. I could. My mom's
you actually could is the funny part.
My mom's there, right? My mom's got an event right. My mom's got an event right there right now. She's got. It's not Coldplay. It's another Grammy Award-winning band. I forget the name, but she's there right now. She's got the thing going. Anyway, yeah, the Atlanta Falcons need to choose wisely. It needs to be an edge or a defensive lineman. If we get Will Johnson, what pick are we at?
15.
If we get Will Johnson at 15, I would
I'm throwing some on the grill. We get Will Johnson and we pair him with AJ
15.
Terrell. Oh, please. 15. Please. We give AJ Terrell some help finally in the secondary. I know he has Jesse, but we finally give him some help. That would be nice.
Yeah. Still trying to wrap my head around it. It's so interesting how some guys didn't do some drills and they were there for the other parts of it. I kind of feel like if they are at the combine, you should be kind of obligated to do the combine.
Yeah, I mean, you had said it earlier. Guys opt out of, every one thing, especially for Shamar's case, him not doing the bench press. To me, that makes sense because if he dropped 14 pounds in 2 weeks, there's no way he's as strong as he was 2 weeks ago. Which maybe he's just that much of an athlete, but like,
I don't give 2 cents about guys opting in or out of doing the bench press. These guys aren't weak getting here, so nowhere close to weak.
Oh, I'm not calling him weak, but he's there's no way he's
these guys can bench press what the weight they got a lot of times.
Dude, there's just no way he's as strong.
I got confidence in all of them, even the punters.
That's his 281 self. There's no shot. I also cannot believe that LeBron and Luka are playing.
Shout out Steph Curry, man. I know this is a college, this is like
Demon.
kind of a college football theme thing, but we're kind of in the end of February, so be lenient with us over here. But shout out Steph Curry and Paulo Banchero. Oh yeah, Fadil Diggs had a great day today. Syracuse, former A&M and Syracuse defensive lineman, veteran. Great day.
Shout out Syracuse.
Yeah, to all the Texas A&M had Fadil Diggs, Shamar Stewart and Turner, Walter Nolan, and like other LJ Overton, Lebius Overton, and other depth pieces, all on the same defensive line at the same time, and they lost game after game. I mean,
I'd say I'm surprised, but
it's not Jimbo's fault because he's not a defensive guy.
That's true.
And I don't necessarily want to give DJ Durkin, who was the DC there, all the blame because his scheme is not necessarily meant for the defensive lineman. Like he could run. He's a 3-man front type of guy.
Yeah, but didn't he do that at Maryland?
Dude,
so he can catch all the heat.
Got a bad history.
He can catch.
He just got a raise. I think he just got a raise at Auburn.
Hey,
he's true journeyman.
Shocker. Shocker.
Journeyman of the game.
Absolute shocking news right there.
Yeah.
Can't believe it. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Color me shocked. My remote is not working. That's it.
Trying to get my head wrapped around everything. Danny Stutzman, Oklahoma linebacker, had a great day. Ooh, Steve Linton, that was smooth. There was a lot of times today when I was watching these guys that are tremendously bigger than I am make me look extremely unathletic, even in my prime days. Every year. This is a time where all us normal Moes and Joes take a deep look into our souls, and all these gigantic human beings make us look absolutely pathetic and humble us.
Yeah, I knew it just wasn't cut out for me whenever I was a senior and Jabari Smith came to our high school and just he was a freshman and just looked.
What, you didn't tell coach on the basketball team that it's your spot, not Jabari's?
Well, I was in the crowd. So
no, that's your all right. That was your spot at the core, man.
He got that. He was just coming off of a gold medal in Brazil with Team USA. I'm okay. I'm good. He can have the court. That's just. Shout out Sandy Creek for having a dunk compilation in high school.
Georgia athletes are just it's been crazy. Like
Georgia 4A Region 7.
Ridiculous. It's not as crazy as it was. I hope he didn't get hurt right here, but Nick Scorton was just slipping and sliding all over the place. Lost his cleat.
Lost his cleat is crazy.
Like literally lost his cleat. Tried to continue to do the drill. Stumbled over the dummy. Slipped on the turn. It's right there on that turn where they're doing that loop, and it's right on the edge of the Colts logo, right at the 50.
Mm-hmm.
Like whatever drill that they go in, and they do the punch, and then the spin, and then the hook, and then they curl around. On that curl where they want to see that bend, there's no traction, and everybody is slipping.
I might swear in that corner. Whoa. Oh, my God.
Right. Damn. Poor LeVar. Prayers up for LeVar.
Oh, dude.
1 foot.
That's so insane.
Ball. Bro, I mean, I don't know if it was the big baller brand because, like Lonzo had foot issues off of his shoe. And
you talk about the shoes? No shot.
But you saw that, right?
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, LeVar has to get his foot amputated.
Hey, man, one leg balling. Call him Dirk.
Hey, man, ain't nothing ever stopped LeVar because he
ain't
ever lost. He ain't ever lost.
Lost the foot, still got it.
Darius Alexander was a really good one today, too. Big defensive tackle from Toledo. They just produced Quinyon Mitchell, Super Bowl winning cornerback for the Philadelphia Eagles. Rookie Super Bowl. Shout out Quinyon.
Finally got his first interception in the Super Bowl. I believe.
Great corner. Jason Candle was just chopping it up with Coach Gruden down at the FFCA in Tampa, Florida. Fired Football Coaches Association. Just produced another defensive gem. So I wouldn't be surprised if Darius Alexander is first round pick because he looked like it today. All right, enough with the positivity. Back to the negativity because it ain't all sunshines and rainbows in our world. Yaha Black had a
again.
I'm trying to get back on that train of thought.
I'm sure he's a great person. It's nothing against this
dude. Phenomenal football player.
Yeah, nothing against him as a guy, as a human.
No. Just like what the performance you had on like your little speed test today and all that. I think you could have turned it up a notch. Personally,
was probably 2 seconds faster than me.
I probably could have done better at the 40.
Not me.
No. I could be the.
Those dudes are moving, man.
I could be the 5.39.
Those dudes are moving.
No, I could be the 5.39.
They're moving
though. They are moving though.
I'd have a 6 in front of mine, maybe a 7.
Dude, I didn't realize it. So, obviously the one that puts it on for all of us Joe Schmoes at home, a Run Rich Run. Rich Eisenhower, how he runs for St. Jude every year at the end. Pat McAfee show had his time up. his first time, like, was his worst time. And progressively, even though he's been getting older, every year his 40 time has gone up. It's super
Hell yeah.
impressive. It's super fucking impressive.
I bet he trains for it, like probably a little bit. I know one year he got hurt.
No, one year he like pulled his hammy in the
Yeah.
like in the middle of it and still finished it. But like his 40 time is for the, I mean, put him on my draft radar.
I mean, he's got to be better than after year 1 and 2 Vic Beasley. So,
God, 1 year wonder.
It was a great 1 year. I mean, I can't hate on it. He got us in the Super Bowl. I ain't gonna lie. So,
yeah. Trying to look at somebody else that had an okay day, kind of subpar. Maryland defensive tackle Jordan Phillips had an okay day.
have you seen that Ty Robinson? I better look up his RAS.
Ty Robinson? School?
Nebraska.
Oh, really the white guy?
Hmm.
Yeah, the edge. Yeah, he had he was the guy that had the fastest 40 in the first group. Yes, I did watch that. Yes, I was very much watching that. Lighter guy, skin color and weight. But I mean, he lit it up. I mean, those are great numbers coming in from the Big Ten. Speed. I don't know how he did on the agility drills. I'm sure he did pretty good. Like I'm watching Landon Jackson right now, another bigger guy, bigger edge that isn't as shifty. I mean, just great balance and mobility throughout the. I like the hoop drill where they have to pick up the towel and put it kind of crisscross it and put it on the opposite side of the opposite hula hoop and keep their balance while they're bending that corner. Whoa. For these big guys, I personally would fall very fast and be very, very, very slow. So shout out to these guys putting on an absolute science clinic.
Oh yeah, speaking of guys that had a full green card, Ty Robinson had all green except for his weight. So same thing as Shamar.
Tyron Ingram Dawkins had all green except for his weight.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie to you. I expected that one to happen. I ain't gonna lie. I've been following him since he got recruited to Georgia. So shout out Tink Dog, man. Shout out to the demon. Shout out. I remember his recruitment, dude. That's so crazy. Like I remember the day that he signed to Georgia because he was called Tink Dog, and I followed him that day. That's crazy. I always thought he'd transfer. He never did, thankfully. Then Smell Munden had a 10-10 broad jump.
Okay, one thing, because we're kind of going off the RAS thing right now. One thing I dislike about how they factor in is their vitals, like their height and weight. Like I feel like everything else is a measurement of how they did drill wise. And it like their height and their weight, it affects their score. Like, for example, like Chris Paul Jr. out of Ole Miss had a pretty good day. I thought he could put up a little bit faster numbers in the 40, but he's not the tallest guy. He's not the biggest guy in the world. He's about 6 foot and 220. And Chris Paul Jr. linebacker at Ole Miss. And both those two were in the red for the RAS, and then everything else, like his vertical and his 40 time, were both green, and then his 20-yard split, 10-yard split, and his broad jump were yellow, but those are borderline green. But since his height and weight were red, it impacted his score. So Always just something to think about with all these analytics out in the world.
Yeah, I don't know if I like the RA. I mean, it's very helpful to see
There
it.
was
I'm glad that they have a
linebacker
graphic,
that did
but
horrible today. Yeah, Jay Higgins. Oof. Right here. Red across the board. He's got one yellow and red across the board.
it's just
6
my thing
foot
with the.
on the dot. Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off.
No, you're
I'll go quick.
good.
6 foot on the dot, 224 pounds. He had a 33-inch vertical, which was in the yellow, his only thing in the yellow. 902 broad jump. This is like kind of military terms of football. I don't know what that translates to, but had a 4.82 40-yard dash. Had a 2.79 20-yard split and a 1.67 10-yard split.
And this is a linebacker?
So linebacker at 6 foot and 220. 4.82.
Ew.
I didn't even see Samar James run his 40 for linebacker. I tapped out like low key. It was getting annoying. It was a lot. It was a long day. There's a lot of guys going through drills. It was a lot, like 3 p.m. till 8. It's a lot of hours. A lot of commercials. Trying to keep up with everybody. Like, let's go back to the sunshine and rainbows. Jihad Campbell. Everything was green except for his weight. 235. 6'2". Didn't do a vertical jump, but his broad jump was 1007, which is very impressive. And his 40-yard dash was a 4.452, which is pretty good. Derek Harmon had a great day too. Oregon, he started off the day strong. Oregon defensive lineman. He was the tone setter in the first group.
Has he always played at Oregon, or did he play somewhere
No,
else?
he was at Michigan State. I think it was funny because Daniel Jeremiah said, it's going to take a long time to get. He said something about Big Ten defensive lineman Derek Harmon, like, buddy, he played at Michigan State. He's played in the Big Ten for his whole career. Like, he's been in the Big Ten. Like, obviously it was a minor mistake because Oregon's coming from the Pac-12. Like, no biggie, like, whatever. But it's just kind of funny. Like, he said, "Oh, it's going to take a while to get used to Big Ten Derek Harmon." Like, but he's been in the Big Ten. Yeah, I don't know. It's always so interesting just to see how guys can cover up a weakness with a strength. Like, I'm trying to think of a guy that had like an amazing day and a bad 40. Landon Jackson had really good numbers, but he's not the fastest guy. Princely Iman had good numbers elsewhere, but he didn't have the best 40. Every little detail, man, it just goes a long way. But what's up?
I was trying to find Nakobe Dean's 40 so I could compare something, but I can't find it. Yeah.
I do really wish that they would show a little bit more, like, kind of switch up the cameras so we're not just looking at guys doing a like consistent weave, like in the same, because there's other guys doing other drills on the field. Like, there's guys doing their verts, there's guys doing their broad jumps. Like, flip it around. Like, we want to see those too. Like, we don't want to just be in the same place the whole time. It's just my 2 cents. The more the merrier information and, space we get to see. Because I would have loved to seen Shamar Stewart's broad jump and vert they had that were amazing today.
Yeah, so
they only showed him because it got so much traction on Twitter immediately.
I don't think Nakobe ran his 40-yard dash at
Did he run
the
it at his pro
combine.
day?
I don't know, but
Probably.
it says that he reportedly put up a 4.74
Jesus.
40-yard dash.
The Kobe
But dude,
Dean.
that's what I'm saying. But like, think about it. That's such a slow 40, but he's such a good football player.
That is not a slow 40 for his size.
Yeah.
4.7.
Yeah.
He's a little
Right.
oversized. That's
Not,
like Princely ran a 4.7 today.
yeah, but Nakobe's a line. Is that fast? Maybe I'm thinking of Nakobe's.
These wide receivers screwed up for everybody.
What's his name?
You think about James
Nolan
Pierce?
Smith. Jesus.
Nolan Smith.
Yeah, he had an incredible. Yeah, Nolan Smith ran a 4.39.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, that's nuts.
Maybe that's why it's messed up for me. But
there's a lot of guys that didn't run today, though. They're going to run at the pro day. Walter Nolan didn't do anything today. Who else? Mike Green didn't do anything. Abdul Carter's got the whole stress fracture, that tiny thing in his foot that he probably didn't even know that was there.
Yeah, it says an average time for a linebacker is between 4.71 and 4.54. So he was slower than average, but like last year, Peyton Wilson ran a 4.44.
Dude, that guy was the steal of the draft. Not like the steal of the draft, but like that guy won the Buckus Award. I could have sworn he did. And he was like, he is this super down, like he's got super good closing speed.
Mm-hmm.
And he got picked on he was day 3 draft pick.
Was he?
He's still, yeah, like swear. Like I was like, how that, like he put up great numbers at NC State. Great, like one, like I'm looking it up right now.
Where was he drafted?
He's a Steeler.
Yeah, I know he's a Steeler. Was he really day 3?
Yeah.
90th overall pick.
He won the Buckus Award and the Chuck Bendark Award.
He was a day 2 pick.
He was a day 2 pick, but still,
third round.
He won the Buckus Award and the Bendark Award. Has great closing speed. Put up great numbers at the combine. Probably did great at his pro day. Whatever he did in front of scouts. His phenomenal speed. What 4.44? You said.
Mm-hmm. So that makes you realize,
round pick,
dude. Back to back
in the NFL.
Back-to-back Butkus Award winners went in the 3rd round. That was Nakobe Dean and
like it's a cruel world.
Who won it 2024?
The Butkus Award this year? Oh, geez, I'm drawing a blank. It was a Georgia guy.
Oh, Jalen Walker.
Yeah, Jalen Walker.
So if Jalen Walker goes in the 3rd round, that'll be 3 years in a row.
Back up. Like Peyton Wilson has not seen the field.
No, he has.
I hope so because he's good.
He was contributing for their defense. I don't know, the exact amount, but he was playing. I remember him getting a tackle in one game. I didn't watch too many Steelers games, but
they have Eugene Nasante labeled as a linebacker. He's undersized.
Yeah, Peyton had 49 tackles. He had a forced fumble. He had an interception. Did I say forced tackles? I meant 49 solo tackles.
Sorry, I got it. I'm sure everybody else picked up on it too.
Dude, he had 10 tackles against the Bengals.
Good. He's good.
And against the Jets. Damn. Shout out P.
Do wish we had like some more guys that were there, that didn't run and do things. But hey, man, can't really complain for the end of February. What do we got tomorrow? Tomorrow we have what do we have tomorrow?
It's probably
I had the combine.
running backs, maybe, or it could be
No.
cornerbacks.
Look at it
Brian,
up.
Brian.
I am looking it up. You got defensive backs and tight ends tomorrow. So, all right, preview of tomorrow. We have I don't know if Harold Fannon's going to run. You know, you got all these opt-outs and stuff. There's a ton of tight ends that I'm really excited to see. Onande Godson II out of Syracuse. This guy is just like his wingspan, and he's got some unusual numbers for a big human being that can do athletic things.
I'm still upset Dan Jackson did get invited, but you know, it's whatever. I've already said my piece about that, so whatever.
He'll put it on at the pro day.
Oh, for sure.
Corners, I don't think Will Johnson's running.
Honestly, smart.
Definitely going to see some high numbers tomorrow because I mean these cornerbacks got speed.
Mm-hmm.
I like the range of corners because there's like, what's his name, Jabbar Muhammad, you know, star Washington corner. Dude, you'd never know it. Looks, you know, has all the size on the field, like from the TV, you cannot tell. Bro, he's 5'9". 5'9". Like, these guys constantly being matched up against 6'2", 6'3", 6'4" receivers. Look, can hold guys on his own. Like, super cool. So you're going to see, like, smaller guys like him that can fly, and then you're going to see guys that are, like, 6'2", 6'3", like, trying to think of, like, a super, like, Will Johnson's pretty big.
I think it's a really good idea that he's not running. That personally, because after what one of the guys explained on NFL Network about how, I said it earlier, but how 0.04 seconds could determine whether he goes 10 to 20th.
Oh, it's crazy.
That's a really good idea.
So this is like the I think I tweeted something and then deleted it earlier, but it was like, this is like the most impactful 100th of a second week per year. Like, there's no week that 1/100th of a second matters more than this week. And it's insane to think about because, like, this
it's the same thing for Travis, dude. And especially whenever you're getting like that pick 1 through 10, like, you're really playing with money right there. Like, especially with Travis going from the first pick to the second pick, first pick to the fourth pick, right? Like, that's a lot of money. I mean,
there's a lot of guys that made a lot of money today, and there's some guys that lost it all today.
Like, let me look at it.
It gives and it takes.
It's gonna be a dumb.
And I like that, you know, if you run at the combine, I do like how it's first, and like, you know, it's not like some, you don't get to run at your college's pro day. Like, you have a second opportunity to redeem yourself. Even if you did great, you could go up your stock even more at your pro day. So always cool to see that. You got anybody you're looking forward to tomorrow? Tight ends. Let's see what we got on the tight end list.
Baby Bowers for sure. I mean, okay. Also, Laud, the first pick to the fourth pick is not that much money. I thought it was different.
Man.
Yeah, really not that much money. If you go to 2022, Trayvon Walker made $37.5 $8.4 million in his rookie contract, and Kayvon Thibodeau was the
All right, here
fifth
we are.
pick. He made 31.3.
Tight ends. Elijah Aroro is not doing anything except for knee injury at the Senior Bowl.
Is that the Bowling Green
Miami
guy?
tight end. That skyrocketed at the Senior Bowl. Gavin Bartholomew out of Pitt. Did not hear anything that he won't go, so I'm assuming he's going to go. Jake Brenningstool, big guy, big body.
Mm-hmm.
He's very, very, very big. Out of Clemson. Jalen Conyers. Oh, yeah, Texas Tech tight end. This guy's a really big riser. CJ Dupree out of Alabama. Mitchell Evans, another fascinating tight end out of Notre Dame. Shocker. Harold Fannin Jr. out of Bowling Green. To be honest with you, I wouldn't expect Harold Fannin Jr. to do anything. I'd expect him to wait till his pro day. Terrence Ferguson, Oregon. Thomas Fidone II, Nebraska. On Oronde Godson II out of Syracuse. Jackson Haas, Georgia Tech. Gunnar Helm, Texas. Brent Kuth, Utah. Luke Lackley, Iowa. Colston Loveland, Michigan. Moliki Matavo, UCLA. Bryson Nesbitt, big body, North Carolina. I did not think this guy was going to get an invite to the Combine. He didn't even go to the Senior Bowl or the East-West Shrine Bowl. Robbie Oots, backup tight end for Alabama. He'll be there. Sure, he's going to run. Sure, he's going to do everything. Joshua Simon, South Carolina. Mason Taylor, LSU. And then Tyler Warren, who I don't expect to do anything out of Penn State. And then for corners, there's going to be a ton. I'm not going to go list one by one because there was only a couple for tight ends. BJ Adams out of UCF is a great one. Like we got Kobe Bryant and all of them at the Senior Bowl, and then at the NFL Combine. Yeah, just a ton of athleticism in tomorrow's 40s. But that's pretty much all I got for today. You got anything else, Chandler?
Not football related, but give me 1 second to pull this up because there's just absolute greatness happening on my TV right now.
Speak it.
LeBron has 16 points and it's almost halftime.
Oh,
my goat. Anyways, yeah, that's all.
Oh,
Legoat.
Oh, Legoat.
LeBron.
All right. Appreciate all 123 of you. That's at least what it says on here on StreamYard for tuning in. Make sure you're subscribed to the College Football Headlines YouTube. You follow Chandler. You follow me. And if you follow me, you'll find Chandler's account. So keep sticking around for the good stuff. Adios.